Hi guys, welcome to another special edition of BMTV where we chat to South Africa's top digital personalities and startup founders. Today we're chatting to Schalk Nolte from Entersekt, South Africa's very popular mobile authentication startup.
Banks put a lot of arduous requirements on the customers where they tell you to beware of this, don't do this, but they still expect you to utilize this channel and feel safe. So what we've managed to do is actually find a way which is easier to use and more secure. One-time password is just another piece of information which you type in there. So it's very easy for man in the middle to defeat any kind of one-time password. What Transact is about, it literally is a secure channel to a specific user. And right before the transaction goes through, from the bank behind their firewall, we ask you a question. Listen, is this what you want to do? Do you want to do this? Yes or no? And it's a separate channel, so whatever happens in the internet, phishing, farming, malware, keylogging, we bypass that channel. And I think that's the third aspect of two-factor authentication, which is a requirement. It has to be completely out of band. Okay. So one-time password is sent across the GSM band, but then you enter it back into the compromised band where you're transacting. Whereas our solution, it's completely out of band. Send to the phone and back across that same channel to the bank. So bypassing whatever happens in the middle. It's so simplistic, but it really is effective. We look at active end users, and active end users at this stage in the market, I think is about 4.5 million that use it monthly. But in terms of protected, yet again, this is somebody that if they transact, or if a fraudster transacts, they will be protected. And I think that's in the vicinity of about 15 million at this stage. Our vision is if you can really create trust. Security is one thing, but security enables trust. And if you can really trust the device, you can really empower what you can do with that. Yes. We've seen that in the US in the last year, the growth of smartphone usage for mobile banking has nearly ground to a halt because of trust concerns. We've been very targeted in our approach and specifically saying that we want this customer and not taking no for an answer, going after them. But you have to do that when you have a technology where people at the beginning don't realize that they have a problem. Our focus is emerging markets. We've seen that in emerging markets there's no plan B. Mobile is the only channel. I'm going to use Guaranteed Trust Bank of Nigeria as an example. They've got 4 million customers and 2 million of them are on digital channels. Whereas in the developed world you have a typical penetration of mobile banking around 3 to 5%. This is 50%. It's a country of nearly 200 million people, and there's 1,000 ATMs type thing. So literally, mobile banking is in Africa, but also generally in emerging markets. It allows banks to have a leapfrog technology. Fraud is as I said, stats you read, this version, that version. But I've seen a stat for last year around $6 billion in terms of losses. That's massive. Yeah. That's quite a significant country-sized GDP. Yeah. So in terms of if you can stem those losses, what can you do with it? What is the growth that can be resulted in, because of that? So it's something that's close to and dear to our heart, and we're making a difference, we hope.